I prepare for an interview by writing down a list of questions I'm going to ask the person, what I'm going to need to know. I ask myself, what information do I want from this person, and how am I going to get it?
I think to prepare for an interview, you first have to get everything straight. I mean, you have to get the facts right. You have to get your questions. You have to know what you're going to ask. That's basically the best thing I think you need to do.
When I'm preparing for an interview, I write down a really long list of questions, usually more than I need. I also practice my smile in the mirror to make sure I'm really nice. And I also do some yoga breathing, and I'm not kidding, to really relax myself so that I'm not nervous and I don't sound ridiculous during the interview.
Always make sure to bring paper, of course, pens, and also a pencil in case your pen runs out of ink or it just dies on you. Cell phone, make sure it's on vibrate so it doesn't go off in the middle of an interview. And bring a list of questions that you want to ask, but don't be completely set on those questions. You have to, think on your feet, think of follow-up questions, and come with your best attitude.
For an interview, I always Google the person who I'm going to talk to. More often than not, something will come up, something conversation-worthy, something question-worthy, especially if they have a Wikipedia page that is solid, because Wikipedia rocks my socks. And yeah, that paired with just rough, bulleted questions. I try not to make too much of a list that I have to follow stringently or anything in any way. I just like rough questions. I'll ask them, put in some follow-up questions, and then I have what I need.
To prepare for an interview, I usually try and do some background research on the internet or looking at books, anything I can to just get a brief overlay. Sometimes I'll talk to people surrounding my subjects. For example, one time I was supposed to interview the dean of my school, so I talked to other administrators about the questions, I talked to the secretary, and I talk to other people. And most importantly, I come up with a list of questions. I think it's really, really bad interviewing to come to an interview unprepared with questions and trying to come up with questions on the spot. It makes you look unprofessional, and it kind of puts the subject, it makes them tense and not want to give you information because you don't look like you know what you're doing.
Before an interview, I always make sure to do my homework, get the basic facts on the person so I don't go into the interview not knowing anything about them.
And I always make sure to take a shower.